masteries already, and it's not that you're done now. You want to have to ski over and over again. In the end, the mindset makes the difference. Crossing the finish line and knowing one is probably the best feeling in the world.
When I'm skiing, that's when time makes the most sense to me. This is where I get to have permission to put everything else on the back burner and be completely in this moment. I know what I want. This is something I'm willing to work for.
On m'a donné 1 an pour découvrir l'âme de la Savoie et partir à la rencontre de ses personnalités locales.
Regarde.
Oh là.
Tu vois Virginie, c'est ça l'âme de la Savoie. Une bonne formule, des copains.
Ça, c'est extraordinaire.
You know the worst part about boots? Putting them on and taking them off. Until now. Introducing hands-free Skechers slip-ins boots. It's like they have an invisible built-in shoehorn, so your foot slides into place without bending down. Try Skechers slip-ins boots.
Hello and welcome to the Audi FIS Ski World Cup. It's the night slalom in Courchevel. It's round 4 of 10 on the Women's Slalom Tour. Hello and welcome to Courchevel in the heart of the Trois Vallées in the Savoie region of the French Alps for the latest round of the Audi FIS Ski World Cup Tour. It is a women's slalom's night race here on a beautiful evening and racetrack. It's their 4th slalom of 10 to be contested this season. And it is also taking us to 4 rounds left before the Winter Olympic Games. Now, this is a very popular stop on the women's tour with both the athletes and the crowds. We're racing down the famous Stade d'Allier, named after one of France's pioneer ski veterans. And as you can see, the atmosphere is very Christmassy. It's not too cold. It's about 0 degrees, getting a little bit, should be about -1 for the first run, maybe about -2 for the second run, with all eyes firmly fixed on the top female slalom skiers in the world. Now, the story before we get into this race is quite clear. Can anybody stop Michaela Schifrin? This lady on screen for Germany, Lena Dürr, came very close in the last round of the Women's World Cup Tour. Wendy Holdner has come close many times as one of the most experienced racers in the competition today. But Schifrin in slalom is unbeaten this season. And if you want to go back into the last 2 rounds of last season, she's actually on a 5-race win streak. Now, here's the 2025 Slalom Crystal Globe winner, Zrinka Lucic of Croatia. And Zrinka was the winner of this race last year. But look at this amazing form from Schifrin, taking her total World Cup win tally to 104. And the way she has skied, the margins that she has won by, have made those 3 victories so far this season truly quite spectacular. Schifrin is also a former winner here. Back in 2018, Schilt holds the record. Of course, she's now Marlies Reich, married to the great Benny Reich, and what a happy family couple they are. But the crowds are all getting revved up. The world's TV is in the finish area, and Michaela Schifrin is the odds-on favourite to make it 4 from 4 here today. All of the stats and facts are in her favour. A former winner here. And those 3 victories that she's already collected this season have been by huge margins. And the rest of the world is getting closer, but they're running out of time. Tonight is round 4 of 10 on the Audi FIS Ski World Cup. Now let's take a look at the Stade d'Allier. It's a wonderful race piste. Plenty of pitch and steepness to it. There we have the temperatures, 0 degrees Celsius to 1. Valenti, the Slovenian coach, has set 62 gates, a maximum gradient of up to 52%. What's really nice about this Courchevel race piste is that it flows. Émile Allier, by the way, is the E in that title there. It's good, grippy, firm snow underfoot. It should hold up well for some of the later numbers. There's a very good tempo and rhythm to the turn. As you can see from our POV, point of view camera skier here, there's a nice off-swing, and they tempt you into the fall line again, back to the rhythmical off-swing, into the verticale here, and then again back to the off-swing. These are tough gates on 1 or 2 of these rollers that come up the skiers blind on the backside. And there's a royal flush. It's a good set by Alej Valenti, Slovenian coach. What I like about it the most is the rhythm. Find that early rhythm, pace and tempo. Keep the turn clean, and you're in the hunt here this evening. Again, there's a good prize purse, 100 World Cup points to the winner. Just under 60,000 Swiss francs to the first place racer. Christmas celebrations are already well underway here in Courchevel. And for those of you that have skied in the Trois Vallées before, you will know that there's Courchevel 1300, Le Prat, 1550, 1650 and 1850, which is where we are today. It's a luxury resort built in the 1940s by Laurent Chappy. They've hosted the Olympic Games here in '92, the World Championships, of course, in 2023. Ski racing is well and truly in the DNA of this spectacular winter resort. And the Trois Vallées itself, well, if it's not already been ticked on your bucket list, what, 600 kilometers in these three valleys that make Courchevel part of a fabulous ski area. Well, there's plenty of supporters. Fastest ranked racers in the first of the two runs get the early start numbers, and then the fastest 30 from 67 starters today, representing 22 national ski associations, qualify for the second leg. So Lena Dürr, twice on the podium here before, goes with one for Germany. World Slalom champion Cami Ras with two. Kulturi, 3 podiums from 3 races, goes with bib 3. The experienced Wendy Holden of 4. Defending slalom champion Zrinka Lucic with 5. Katharina Liensberger, herself a former slalom champion, in 6. Odds-on favourite to go 4 from 4. Michaela Schifrin starts with bib 7. Mayar goes 8. Kati Trupe goes 9. And bruised but nothing more after her crash on Sunday in the Super G in St. Moritz, Emma Eicher goes with bib number 10 for Germany. And Emma Eicher already collecting 1 podium, having won a downhill at the weekend in the Swiss Alps. Quite remarkable all-rounder at just 22 years of age. Emma Eicher, a racer to watch. Lara Kulturi, another youngster in sparkling form. 3 podiums from 3 racing for the teenager Italian, racing for Albania. But Michaela Schifrin, 3 back-to-back, 67 slalom wins in her career to date, with a total of 104. The most successful, the most winningest Alpine racer of all time. Maybe there's the new Michaela Schifrin. Let's see what she makes of this race. There's a good shot from the camera there. You're getting the feeling that this is a tough race, steep from start to finish, work from top to bottom. And it will be a fascinating first run. Tactics are key here, and with this very good grippy snow, you really will see some aggressive racing. Okay, team radio from Croatia. I don't think there will be many problems out there. That was the team radio message for Zrinka Lucic just a few moments ago, but it is Germany that will get the action underway. The German ski race fans still buzzing from Emma Eicher's sensational downhill victory at the weekend in St. Moritz. But this is their top slalom racer, Lena Dürr. She was 3rd in this race last year. Lena was also on the podium here in 2022. And one of the oldest, most experienced racers in the competition here today. 233 World Cup starts, 2 wins, 18 podiums. And the 34-year-old German needs to use that experience wisely here. Lena Dürr, like most of the athletes in action this evening, loves racing here in Courchevel, loves the night lights and the evening competition. as Dürr settles nicely in the opening turn. Good rhythm, good pace. Confident after that second position to Schifrin in Copper Mountain, Colorado, USA. And the good, smooth, clean piece. She's really got to take advantage of it. Only thing for me here, and I really am nitpicking, slightly holding on to that turning ski a split second too long. I'd like to see faster feet, a little more dynamic, but don't get me wrong, technique is solid. 50.93, the first of the two runs successfully completed by Lena Dürr, 34-year-old German. Couple of days training at home in Garmisch-Partenkirchen. Garmisch, where she lives. Training here yesterday. Now let's see how good that is. Switzerland are next in the gate with Cami Rast. And of course, Cami, the world slalom champion, the highlight of the 2025 season in Saalbach-Hinterglemm, Austria. Cami Rast was quite spectacular. This season, not quite in top gear, I think I would say. 15th in the opening slalom in Levi, Finland. On the podium in Gurgel, 3rd position. And then 10th position in Copper Mountain, Colorado, USA. So when it's good, it's very fast, but yet to find that all-important consistency. And as we all know, one of the key ingredients to success on the Audi FIS Ski World Cup Tour. Now, this is Cami Rast. You see how quicker she is with the feet. A little more dynamic and a little more aggression, you may say. Sending it, the slalom skiers often call it. And this is Switzerland's top slalom racer, truly sending it here. Lovely pace and tempo. Cami Rast takes the lead and takes it by 0.33. Good, powerful skiing from Cami Rast. Head down, determined. Found that rhythm nice and early. And in comparison to Lena Dürr of Germany before her, much more sprightly with her style. Now let's go to Albania's Lara Kulturi. What a start to the season she's had. 2, 2, and 3. 3 podiums from 3 races. Chasing Schifrin all the way. Dual task here for Lara. Take the lead from Switzerland's Cami Rast. Put a little bit of heat, I would say, on Michaela Schifrin. Lovely accuracy with her footwork, placement of the skis. But again, like Lena Dürr, just slightly holding on to that outside skier split second too long, coming off the steep now. Now she finds a good pace and rhythm. Oh, now Kulturi starts to charge. She has the best time through that sector and needs to pick up 1.3 of a second in the closeout. Kulturi here now through the final sector, just 2 tenths, has the finish line within her sights. Can Lara Kulturi? Oh, she's gone! And there is the first dramatic DNF of the night. Just when she was looking to squeeze a little more speed in the closing turns, cuts it too tight. Watch that blizzard ski, wrong side of the gate. We call that a straddle in ski speak. What it means for Lara is a DQ, disqualification. The night is over for Kulturi, and that is a huge disappointment for her, her team, and her fans all over the world. Wendy Holdener. Another one of the veterans of the women's tour. Over 300 World Cup starts against her name. And the stats are impressive. 5-time winner. 52 podiums is quite remarkable. And we've got to watch the piece condition here. You can hear those head skis rattling and on the ice, but she's getting a lovely purchase and clean grip. Oh, there's a heavy edge. That's a little mistake that adds to the time deficit. 0.94, Wendy Holdener here. Just struggling with the timing of the turn. She hasn't quite got the measure of the rhythm or the flow Gami Ras was flowing so smooth, so clean. Oh, and she catches an edge in the finish area. Oh, it's a heavy hit and a dramatic fall. Holding her. She'd done all the work. She crossed the line. But just catches an edge. Spins herself over. Well, that's Andy Kreuzner from the FIS, just checking that Wendy's okay. She asked Andy to take the skis off. Peter Girdle, race director, is immediately on the radio to Andy. Now, there's nothing wrong with these turns. It's the finish area. Here she is now, going underneath the Audi finish banner. Dips and dives for the line. Then catches the edge. Oh, she just... I think there's a little bit of a bump there or something in the finish area. It needs to be looked at. Nobody expected it. All the work had been done. She'd stopped the clock. Well, we'll bring you more news on Wendy. I really hope she's okay. That would be a tragedy if she's picked up an injury. Let's go to last year's winner and the Slalom Tour champion of 2025 for Croatia. This is Zrinka Lucic. Now, this was the venue where she won her third World Cup victory, but her second in slalom. Zrinka, whose consistency, 3 wins, gave her the title and the crystal for the slalom discipline last season. She too is in trouble. Oh, and it's all over for Zrinka Lucic. Last year's winner grinds to a complete standstill. Oh, and it's over. It's a DNF, second one of the night. Unbelievable. First Coltori, now Zrinka Lucic, the 2 young stars of the Women's Slalom Tour. She just gets caught too two-footed. And are they pushing the limit to try and beat Schifrin? Or are these just genuine errors that we often see at this level of competition? But wow, what a story that and a script we would not have been able to write ourselves. Holdener crashes in the finish area. Coltori and Lucic DNF. Liensberger for Austria is out on course. The 2021 World Cup Slalom champion, no better than 6th on the tour in this discipline this season. And with the drama unfolding, there's a real nervous edge at the top of the racetrack with the 2 young superstars, Zrinka Lucic, Lara Coltori, both crashing out on the first run. Liensberger, oh, has gone as well, my word. 3 of the biggest names in the game, down and out. Well, the word on the street was that it was a straightforward course set, nothing too tricky. But it's going completely the opposite way. Now, Liensberger, Lucic, and Coltori out of the race on the first run. Aren't they making it easier for Schifrin? And here she is, right on cue. Team Radio USA first.
Speed is picking a little bit here in the last flush at the end of the pitch. Stay ahead, you had a great plan during the inspection, so just follow it.
Now, words of wisdom from the Schifrin team.
Let's go, Mick.
3 from 3. Can she make it 4 from 4? That was Jarne Harala on the team radio. She too is being bumped and thrown about a bit. The rut is forming quite quickly. I think what's happening is we've broken through a very thin layer of snow on the top surface. It's very icy underneath. And where I'm coming from here, it's getting faster. You've really got to be fast, dynamic, and quick. And as we cut through the top layer, underneath, the rut looks to be speeding up the turn. Schifrin now, after a rather sketchy start by her standards, is in top gear. Absolutely flying. Schifrin's got the lead, but by how far? Schifrin 0.83. Another spectacular ski from Michaela Schifrin. And with so many of the world's best down and out, 4 from 4 has got to be the headline here in Courchevel tonight. See there, she gets thrown into the air, a little too much acceleration out of the ski, and again the next turn pitches Schifrin into the air. The track is getting quicker as we break through the top surface to a small icy rut. It took Schifrin 6-7 turns to feel it, find it, and nail it. Schifrin is at the top once again, and the target time now sits at 49.77 seconds.
Come on, man, come on.
Melanie Maillard, Swiss team, carries bib number 8. PB here last season. Not a bad result at all. Well, she was 7th here, I think, her best result. Yep, there it is confirmed. Now, can she improve on that 7th? Can anybody get close to Schifrin here? She too, just a little cautious on those top turns. And that tentative top part of the challenge takes its toll out on the time, cruelly, painfully. 2.75. Oh, this is a first run Melanie Maillard will want to forget. As the temperature drops, the snow crystal seems to be changing its shape a little harder underfoot than many of us first thought. Melanie Maillard slowest so far, but over 3 seconds off the pace of Schifrin. This is going to turn into a difficult, bumpy ride. Here's Emma Eicher. Let's listen to the German team radio. This is Lena Dürr. The grip is brutal. Let's go. Leave it out. The speed is not high as we expected. But yes, the ski must remain free. Oh, well, that contradicts what I thought was going on. I thought that the rut was speeding up the arc of the turning ski. But Lena Dürr tells us on the German team radio it wasn't as fast as she had anticipated. Fascinating. Kadi Trupe for Austria is already out on track. She's already seen Liensberger go down and out. Schifrin still comfortably in top position. 2 top 10 results from 3 slalom starts so far this season for the 29-year-old Austrian skier. But again, look at these margins. Once again, Schifrin in complete control. 4th place, excellent. Potential best result so far this season. But she's nearly 1.5 seconds behind Michaela. She wants to smile, but she also wants to cry. Trupe, who's been no better than 6th on tour so far this season, will take a top 5. What do I need to do? That was the look there. Let's go to Emma Eicher. I am so impressed with this 22-year-old German racer from Berchtesgaden. She won the downhill at the weekend in St. Moritz. She took a crash in the Super G on Sunday. And here she is in Courchevel looking for more. Please don't forget, she was 3rd in the opening slalom of the season in Levi, Finland. A spectacular all-rounder. The coaches literally have to force her to rest, not to train. She'd train all day, every day. She'd race all week and every day of the week if they would let her. It's a brutal schedule and tour that she's set herself. But look at this. Down to the shortest of all the race equipment of the slalom ski, switching from a 2:15 to a 1:55 in ski length. 1.28 off the pace here. Oh, Eika's in a little bit of trouble. Look at those high-speed recovery skills. That's what I love about this lady's racing. 4th position for Emma Eika. She's not going to beat Schifrin today, but just literally 48 hours ago, she smashes herself in with a big crash at 60 miles per hour in the Super G on Sunday in St. Moritz. And here she is on Tuesday night, slalom skis on and making spectacular recoveries. This young lady is a brilliant all-rounder. There's the Olympic giant slalom champion, Sara Hector of Sweden. Deep visualization there. So here we go, Anna Sven Larsen. It's coming with Anna, 11th in the season opener in Levy, 10th in Gurgel, Austria, 5th in Copper Mountain. She's kind of racing her way into top gear and form. Many believe Anna Sven Larsen is ready to strike for Schifrin here. .89. That has her currently sitting in 3rd position. Starting to cut and rut just a little on the lower part of the race piste here. That takes the clock 1.2. When that rut starts to form in the racing line through each and every skier taking the same pathway down the mountain, it forces the ski onto a rounder, therefore longer racing line. Anna Sven Larsen goes into 5th position. Schifrin, in what is turning out to be a tricky piste and snow condition, sits comfortably in the Audi leader's chair. She gets a lovely clean purchase and arc from those head skis. She's just a little off balance there, a little too forwards with the shoulders. Let's stay with the Swedish team. Cornelia Öland, 2025 World Junior Slalom Champion. Picked up that gold medal in Tarvisio last season. Again, another very impressive youngster at just 20 years of age. She's only scored points in 1 of her 3 slalom starts. But Cornelia, who carries a World Cup PB of 5th position. Nice quick feet there through the verticale and the royal. Nice, good closeout. This is going to be... Oh, no, the clock disagrees with me. Well, that tells me that the rut is forcing a slightly rounder turn, even though we're in the top seed. We thought the piece was hard, firm, compact. It's cutting and rutting already. 8th position for the 20-year-old Swedish skier, Cornelia Öland. See how she loses the purchase on the outside ski there, but keeps that upper body facing down the corridor, as the coaches like to call it. See the shoulders down the mountain? Regains the pressure edge turn to the new ski. Good recovery, but costly against the clock. All smiles from Michaela. Another brilliant ski. I don't think anybody's going to beat that, and we're only at bib number 13. Let's stay with the Stiefel American team. This is Paula Moldsand. Paula on the podium in the opening giant slalom of the season. An impressive results for this wonderful lady. 4, 5, and 8 in slaloms 1, 2, and 3. Born in Minnesota. Through the Vermont University. Her words, not mine. I'm a Vermonter and very proud. Now, husband Ryan prepares the skis and travels with her on tour, Ryan Mooney. And if you want to hear or learn more about this lady, please join my podcast, Alpine Pulse Unplugged, on all major platforms. Official podcast of the FIS. Paula gave us such a beautiful interview and insight into her world. 2.21 off the pace, 8th position, solid from Paula. She'll be a little disgruntled with the time difference between her and Michaela. Look at that. That's, again, not what it says in the technique textbook. Eighth position for Paula Moltsan. Let's go back to the Swedish team. Sara Hector, she's the Olympic giant slalom champion, but she was also runner-up in this race last year with the slalom skis on to Zrinka Lucic, who's picked up a DNF. Breaking news. She's also fresh off a podium in the last giant slalom, Mont Tremblant. Not last weekend, but the weekend before in Quebec, Canada. Slalom is consistent. 3 races, 11, 8 and 9. That's Levy Gurgel and Copper Mountain. Confidence high here, you can see from Sara Hector. She's 33 years of age. She has 7 World Cup victories in her career to date. I like the way she's getting a high early, but she's using the rut rather than fighting against it. A very high early pressure edge turn. Good skiing from Sara Hector. Good control. 1.47, 7th position. So 2 Swedes in the top 8. Hector on screen. Anna Sven Larsson, 5th position. The battle is on for the podium positions, but once again, Schifrin in control. Katarina Huber lost the top 15 ranked races. What a dramatic top 15 it has been. Yet to crack the top 10, but I would like to say 3 very consistent performances to start the season. 16, 12, 13 in the first 3 slaloms of the Audi FIS Ski World Cup for the 26th season. And what that gives to Huber is, first of all, the confidence just to push the boundaries a little and also to make those quick recoveries. And that is one of the key ingredients to success. Yeah, you've got to be clean and accurate in the turn, but if you need to make a correction or get back from an error, it's that speed of recovery that is one of the key ingredients to success in World Cup slalom. Liensberger is out. The Austrian team look to Katy Huber. Well, the result is okay. 10th position, but 2.3 off the pace is not what she was hoping for. So let's take a look at the standings after the world's top 15 ranked slalom races. In the first of the 2 runs here in Courchevel, Michaela Schifrin in complete control once again. Top of the table, 0.83 ahead of Cami Rast, 1.16 ahead of Lena Dürr, and the second German skier Emma Eicher, 1.29 off the pace. It's a very exciting top 5, but you cannot get away from the time difference and the advantage that, again, Schifrin builds going into that second run where the top 30 will race in reverse order. Well, a great shot there of Kilian Albrecht, the manager to Michaela Schifrin. So top three in reverse order: Lena Dewar, Cami Rast, and Michaela Schifrin. But it's the time difference that grabs the headlines after the top 15 ranked races. 0.83, 1.16. We normally settle World Cup races by hundredths of a second, not by tenths. Schifrin, once again, calm, cool, collected, with that magical ski technique, already in control in the first of the two runs here in Courchevel, round 4 of 10 on the Audi FIS Ski World Cup. So let's take a look at 16 of 22. Laurence Saint-Germain, Holtmann, Marie Lemieux, Chevrier, Europa Cup slalom champion Gal Huber, and Laura Delamay. All very talented racers indeed. Now, of course, the French fans waiting in anticipation for the two French skiers, Marie Lemieux and Marion Chevrier. But let's go to Canada first, wearing bib number 16, Laurence Saint-Germain, out of the Mont-Saint-Anne Ski Club. She's also gone through her university career racing on the collegiate tour. She went to the University of Vermont in Burlington, studying computer science. 11th position, her top result. Oh, she's in trouble here. Oh, good escape. Possibly saved by the Verticali. Those gates set right down the foreline. Another tumble in the finish area. We need to give that finish area a slip. Well, I think it's fair to say Laurence Saint-Germain, a lot of recovery moves in this performance. They lay down the flat and the vertical, stay strong out of them to bring the speed into the finish area. That sounded like Anna Sven-Larsen. You missed the graphic. Laurence Saint-Germain holds 12th position for Canada. Norway are in the gate with Mina first, Holtmann carrying bib 17. Now, Mina, 30 years of age, 3 World Cup podiums. Still searching for her first World Cup victory. As for her slalom form this season, no better than 24th. Maybe, just maybe, a slightly different game plan here for Mina. And she's out of the Bærum Ski Club, where so many of Norway's top racers have heralded from. Good results in giant slalom, yet to find her form and confidence in slalom. And that clearly can be seen with a 2.68 time difference at Sector 2. She's over-skiing this as well. Now, as I said at the top of our show, there are 67 starters in this 4th Women's World Cup Slalom of the season, and representing 22 national ski associations. Only the fastest 30 qualify for the second run. And Mina will need to watch that time very carefully to see whether it is quick enough to finish in the top 30 and be invited back for the second leg. Just to help those slower racers, top 30 go in reverse order, enjoying the better piste conditions. Swedish team again. And a clear example of the strength and depth of the Swedish slalom squad. This is Hanna Aronsson Elfman, 22-year-old from Karlstad, former world junior slalom champion back in 2021. 19, 20, and 18th. So points in all of her races so far this season, but yet to break into that top 15 or top 10. That's the target, the clear goal today. Now, let's also factor into your calculations for tonight's race the Olympic Games. the 25th Winter Olympic Games in Milan Cortina is drawing ever closer. And a lot of these athletes are here to try and impress the Olympic team selectors from their national ski associations. And 6th to the 22nd of February, of course, of next year. But for many of the teams, selections are made in late December or early January. 14th position for Hannah, 3.66 off the pace. Now, hold on to your ears. The local heroine, Marie Lamure from the Courchevel Ski Club, is next on course.
Ready?
Marie just with one World Cup point score from free slalom so far this season, 23rd. She knows this slope so well. Friends, family, all in the crowd. Can Marie Lamure continue the form of the French team? Remember, Romain Miradoli took a second position in the Super G for the French team. She's been a member of the Courchevel Ski Club since she was 7 years of age. And the only French woman to make a top 10 finish last season. Just trying to think the last time. The last French slalom podium was at Leila Picard, who finished 3rd in Méribel, neighbouring resort to Courchevel, in the 1995 season. That's how long the French crowd patiently have waited for a similar performance. Leila Picard, of course, from the famous Picard family, eldest brother Frank Picard out of Les Saisies, and Marie Lamure, 14th position into the top 15, but it's that time difference again of 3.41. A long way off the pace of Schifrin. Now let's stay with the French racers. This is Marion Chevrier, 24 years of age, from the La Plaine, just down in the Tarentaise Valley, not too far from here tonight. Now, this lady won the Europa Cup Tour, which guarantees her a start on the Audi FIS Ski World Cup for 25-26. Now looking to confirm or convert that Europa Cup form, the second tier of international racing from the FIS, to the World Cup Tour. .24 years of age, 0.75 off the first split. Again, that rut, you can see the clear cut mark in the snow now, particularly those gates that are right below the floodlight. And it's going to make it tougher and tougher for the later numbers to challenge for the top positions. 2.7 off the pace. Well, Chevier will be delighted to have skied into 12th position. Could be her first top 10 of the season. Could be one of the best French slalom performances we've seen for a while. But she's a long way down on the leader.
Ready?
21, Katy Galhuber. Galhuber getting faster and more confident with each slalom throughout the season. 24, 13, and then 11th in the last stop of the slalom tour for the Audi FIS Ski World Cup, Copper Mountain, Colorado, USA. How many of you remember this lady winning the Olympic slalom bronze back in 2018 in Pyeongchang? Also took a silver in the team competition. It's all about the 2026 Winter Olympic Games in Milan Cortina. The Alpine races for the ladies being hosted in Cortina d'Ampezzo. The men racing in Bormio, in the Valtellina Valley of... Oh, Galhuber! Just before the Royal. Just almost stumbles there, getting the feet a little too close together, a little too two-footed. Italian team radio. There is a sheet of ice 20 meters after the finish line. They need to be careful. Don't relax, because there have already been 3 skiers relaxing and falling because of it. So it's an icy condition that seems to be catching them out after the finish line, as we focus in on Laura Della Mea for the Italian team. 2 top 10 results in giant slalom. She had a great weekend in Mont Tremblant a couple of weeks ago now, Quebec, Canada. But never better than 18th on the slalom tour so far this season. Seconds off the pace, but it's good skiing from the 26-year-old. 81st World Cup start here for Lara, still searching for her first World Cup podium. Maybe her goal target for tonight is a top 15 result. And the PB for the season so far, 15th position is a good placing, 3.11. It's a long way off the race pace. Well, I think that many athletes will now start to come up with a slightly different game plan. Look for that top 15, top 10 result to hit the Olympic criteria, because after 22 races, Michaela Schifrin's got the first of the 2 runs secured here. 49.77 seconds, comfortably ahead of Camille Rast, comfortably ahead of Lena Dua, Emma Eicher, Anna Sven Larsen, making up the top 5. Some big names crashing out. Kolturi, Lucic, Liensberger, Gallhuber, 2 of Austria's top slalom racers, with an early return to the team hotel tonight. And these are the top 3. Lena Dua, 1.16. She will need Schifrin to make a huge mistake or even take a tumble if she's to win tonight. Similar story for Camille Rast, but Camille Rast is searching for her second podium of the slalom tour. And on the first run, looked a little out of sorts, first 5-6 turns, and then the masterclass once again from Michaela Schifrin. 23-30. Good to see Leona Popovic coming back from injury. Caitlin McFarlane for the host nation, France, knows this track very, very well. Grich and Huraga. He's looking to move up from the Europa Cup Tour into the senior ranks. I think it's all about skiing for position rather than top position right now. Martina Petellini looking for her first World Cup point score in slalom of the season. Over 50 World Cup starts against her name. Twice in the top 10, but that's as far as it goes. No victories, no podiums. Petellini. '15th in this race last year. Let's see how Petellini deals with this difficult short rut that's developed on the turning gate. Petellini, what a tall, long-levered slalom racer. Gets some very good angles on the skis. Also got a good pace and tempo here. Yeah, good turns from the Italian. Nothing wrong with this. And I think the coaches are telling the skiers, work with the rut. Don't fight against it. Still looking for any of the Italian skiers to make the top 10, 18th position for Petellini. Laura Della Mea is their fastest, holding 15th.
Dale, Jenny. Tiamo, forza. Dai.
Ready? Go.
Dale, Jenny.
Zenifera Germain. She trains out of the Apex Academy over or up the valley in Tignes, neighbouring resort to Val d'Isère, where the ladies will be racing this coming weekend. A very impressive 14th position in round 2 in Gurgel back on the 23rd of November. And one of the few skiers to have the clock under 2 seconds at the halfway point now. The Latvian racer. It's going to be very close between those skiers from top 10 to 30 for qualification. So far, so good for Germain, 17th position. See how she drops down into the hole and the rut. Again, has to make the correction after. Croatia are next in the gate, carrying bib number 25, Leona Popovic. 2 World Cup podiums against her name. 2024, she was runner-up in Levy. And her other podium came in Soldeo back in 2023. Missed most of 2025 due to injury, an ACL injury, anterior cruciate ligament. Now coming back. You can hear her, can't you? Motivate. Oh, Popovic has gone as well. That's both of the Croatian racers from the top 30 in the start list picking up a DNF. Oh, Leona. 28 years of age. 89th World Cup start here. She too gets caught in this tricky snow condition. That is what makes the World Cup a World Cup Grand Prix style tour. Oh, she's not happy. For Popovic, that's 2 back-to-back DNFs. Elaine Kristin for Switzerland. Kristin was runner-up to Marion Chevrier in the Europa Cup standings of last season. That means she gets a guaranteed start. In the World Cup Tour. She has a World Cup PB of 12th position. She scored that in Semmering last season. She was starting the 47, took 12th position. And after tonight, Semmering will be the next slalom on the FIS Ski World Cup Tour on Sunday the 29th of December. Now, Kristin here. All about qualification for the second leg. 3.97, 19th position, 53.74 seconds on the board. That means Kristin will need to watch that time carefully. Fastest 30, must keep reminding you, qualify for the second leg. That means there will be 37 not moving through. French flags are flying high once again for Caitlin McFarlane. From the Mont Blanc region of the French Alps, Saint-Jean-des-Alpes. Australian father, a British mum, moved to France when she was 3 years of age. She's gone through the French system and has had some good results in slalom. She's an exciting young prospect for the French team. 13th in the season opener in Levy, 12th in Copper Mountain a couple of weeks ago in Colorado, USA. She'll have raced on this piste many, many times before. National championships, regional events. And I think that knowledge of the track is paying dividends here. Caitlin McFarlane. Lamure is the quickest for the French team in 16th. Chevrier holds 12th, my apologies. 2.18. Oh, lovely fast turns here from Caitlin McFarlane. 23 years of age. Really lifted by the home crowd. 13th position. Now that is good news for Team France. 3 in the top 20, 2 in the top 15. That was a good ski. And it also sends a message to the top of the race piece. This competition is not over yet. Good skiing. Anna Bucic-Jogan for Slovenia. 28 is the start number. Now, what's impressed me the most about Anna is that she picked up points in the Super G at the weekend in St. Moritz. She's picked up points in Giant Slalom. And just 1 point score in the slalom discipline we focus on this evening, live here on FIS TV from Courchevel in France. 20th position, her best result so far for this season. Top 15 is the big target for Anna. And it's also part of the Olympic criteria for the Slovenian squad. Well, it's a milestone in her career here in Courchevel tonight. 200th World Cup start. And 1 World Cup podium. Well, 4.35 behind Michaela Schiffer in 23rd position. I'm not sure whether we can guarantee Anna Bucic-Jogan will be back for the second run. One podium was over 6 years ago in an Alpine Combined event in Lenzerheide in Switzerland. Anna took 3rd position there. Let's go to Franziska Grich, 2 to go, both from Austria before we come just to the halfway point. 1 point score from 3 races so far this season for Grich. 3 times on the podium, Franziska, so it would not be a surprise to see the Austrian push into the top 15. Oh no, another, damn, that's 3 DNFs for the Austrian team. Well, another one goes down and out, picking up. I did not finish. There's the straddle. It's actually a disqualification. Disappointing for Franziska Grich. I'm not sure whether it'll help the focus much of the last of the top 30 ranked races. Again for the Austrian team, Lisa Horager, 24 years of age. She's a good skier, this young lady, with a top 20 result on home snow in Gurgel, Austria, back on the 23rd of November. But the beautiful thing about the Audi FIS Ski World Cup Tour, different resorts, different snow condition, different race hills. We really are looking for the best of the best. Any place, anywhere, any time, almost. And the rutty, bumpy condition that's forming here is making life very difficult for many of the world's best. And for those that are completing, 4 seconds off is an eternity. Lisa will have to watch that time very carefully indeed. I'm not sure whether that is good enough to qualify for the second run. There's another 37 races to go. There's Lisa having a real glare at the timing board 4 seconds off the pace of Michaela Schifrin. Once again dominating on the Audi FIS Ski World Cup Tour. Once again at the top of the table with a commanding lead after the first of 2 runs. Cami Rast, Lena Dürr, Eike, 2 Germans in the top 5, 2 Swedes in the top 10. And the French racers are trying their best to appease the local crowd here with Marion Chevrier and McFarlane holding on to top 15 places, 12 and 13th position. Here's the top 3 in reverse order, no change. Lena Dürr with bib 1 taking full advantage of the smooth piste. Cami Rast, fresh off the back of her one and only podium performance so far this season, looking like she's hitting top gear. But look at Schifrin, power in these closing turns. And once again, comfortably leading after the first leg. So 31 to 40, and then 41 to 50. Some interesting names here. Good to see Nina O'Brien with the slalom skis on. And Victoria Palla for Great Britain. First time we get to see Vicky Palla, who was 4th in the NORAM standings of last season. And it's been a brilliant day for the British ski team. Congratulations to Freddie Carrick-Smith, winning the Europa Cup Giant Slalom today in the French Alps in Valois. And Freddie from a start number of 48. I can't remember the last time a British racer won a Europa Cup Giant Slalom. Slalom, of course, yes, with riding Laurie Taylor and Billy Major. But Freddie Carrick-Smith has had a brilliant day. Let's move on with this women's first run slalom here in Courchevel. Emilia Smart picked up her first World Cup points in the last stop of the Audi FIS Ski World Cup for slalom 2 weeks ago in Copper Mountain, USA. 25th position there. Laurent Saint-Germain still holds 14th position. Best of the Canadian racers to this point. Good brave skiing here from Emilia Smart. She's quite a small, petite athlete, but she's very quick, dynamic, fast with the feet. Nice style. She's 26 out of Invermere, British Columbia. And let's see now. Top 30 is the focus here. Qualification for the second run is the name of the game for these higher start numbers. And Emilia Smart not challenging Schifrin. 4.06, 22nd position. She'll be on the cusp if she manages to hold on. Estelle Alphon, the daughter of the legendary downhill racer Lucio Alphon. Her dad not only a multiple downhill champion on the Audi FIS Ski World Cup Tour. He won 10 World Cup downhills, 2 in Super-G. He took the Crystal 3 times in downhill and the Big Globe in 1997. Perhaps more poignantly, Estelle Alphon hit the top 10 in Mont-Tremblant in giant slalom 3 of the season. And Estelle, that confidence from that giant slalom top 10, flowing nicely into today's slalom performance. Not the easiest of piste conditions to deal with. 17th. Now 3.12 off the pace, top 20 for Estelle Alphon. Is a good performance and a good position to strike from on the second leg. Chisaki Maeda for Japan out on course. Now, Maeda looking for her first qualification into the second run this season. Just 27 years of age. Oh, there's a couple of fans in the crowd there for Shizaki. No, director's lost her. And here comes Chisaki Maeda for Japan. Top 30, the target, qualification, the plan. What do you think? 5.23, 27th position. Still with another 34 to go. I'm not sure that will be good enough for a qualification. Here's her teammate, Asa Ando. Now, Asa Ando is having a much better season than her teammate Maeda, scoring points in all 3 of her slalom races so far this season. Her best result in Gurgel, 16th position. Just checking back through her card here. And that represents a personal best. It does, I can confirm. Her best ever result of her World Cup career to date came in Gurgel on the 23rd of November. And of course, once you hit 16, then automatically top 15, top 10 becomes the target. Again, Asa Ando for Japan. That should be on the cusp of qualification. I certainly hope it's good enough, but we'll have to watch the rest of this first run carefully. Aileen Höpli, Swiss skier. Oh, another DNF there. Höpli. Just 19 World Cup starts, only 20 years of age, and that experience, lack of experience, not really helping an early DNF. This is Elizabeth Bocock from Snowbird, Utah, USA, out of the Rowick Ski Academy. Now, third in the Slalom NORAM standings. So hopefully that means we'll see a lot of Elizabeth this season. Only a 19th World Cup start, just 20 years of age. Learning how to travel with the tour, learn a very different lifestyle to World Cup racing in Europe than the NORAM Tour of North America. Oh, 28th position already. Elizabeth, one too many mistakes there. Nicole Good for Switzerland. Absolutely delighted to score her first points of the season in Copper Mountain, Colorado. 21st position. 21st position gives you 10 World Cup. Oh, dear. No. As the famous song goes, another one bites the dust. Straddling because she's coming way too late for not getting the turn right 3 gates before. Jessica Hiltzinger for Germany. Don't forget we have 2 Germans in the chase for the podium here. Lena Dürr lying in 3rd position. Emma Eicher 4th. Jessica Hiltzinger coming back from injury. She is best friends with Lena Dürr. They often room together, travel together. Struggling with the rut, but working with it. Hiltzinger, who was 22nd in Copper Mountain. Her first point score of the season. Her first point score. Come back from injury. Hold on, Jessica. Yes, she's done it. Oh, almost crashing 3-4 turns from home. Hiltzinger holds on. But is that enough to qualify? Anouk Brandley. Only her 9th World Cup start here. She grew up in Arosa. Now has moved to Rapswil. She shares a flat with Faye Buff, another one of Switzerland's young rising stars. Now, Anouk Brandley. Brandley, I think is the correct pronunciation. Another talented youngster. There's the qualification target time. That should be enough. 3.6 off the pace for Brandley. 20th position. Nina O'Brien for the USA. Nina out of San Francisco, California. Three top 15 results in giant slalom this season. No better than 26 is the slalom discipline. Now, again, this is good skiing. Keep it under 4 seconds, and you should be coming back for the second run. Oh, Nina O'Brien, like many before her, in that last pitch into the finish area, gets into all kinds of trouble, scrubs off so much of the pace, and she drops out of the top 30. O'Brien, 32nd, no second run. Liv Moritz, an all-round giant, NORAM Slalom champion, my apologies. Originally out of Edwards, Colorado. Out of Denver University. Twin sister, of course, Kirsty in the American C or B team. Most importantly, only her 7th World Cup start here for Liv Moritz. Talented racer. And then guaranteed a start on the World Cup Tour. Time to qualify, 54.76. Liv Moritz for the USA. Oh, she's missed it as well, sadly. No second run for the 21-year-old American out of the Stiefel American team. Aileen Danot. Danio, they call her on the Women's World Cup Tour. Now, Danio had an impressive 16th position in the last stop of the Audi FIS Ski World Cup in Copper Mountain, Colorado, USA. And the coaches are hoping that she can take a little confidence and self-belief from that top 20 result, but not tonight. It's all over again. Another DNF for Aileen Danot. Not an easy race at all. Beatrice Sola for the Italian team. .21 is the set to split time. Now, here we go. Let's look carefully. We've only seen her score World Cup points once in her young career. The 22-year-old was 21st in the Gurgle race of last season, not this one just gone by in late November. Here's the target. Look at this graphic to the right of your screen, 54.76. She's there. 30th position. Aha. So. It's a patient waiting game for Beatrice Sola. Right now, she's qualified for the second run, but still some talented skiers to come. Bianca Bakke-Vesthoff of Norway. Very impressive 14th position in the season opener in Levi, Finland. 15th of December. It hasn't backed it up yet, and this is what the coaches are hoping for here tonight. '20th World Cup start for the Norwegian. She's 26th. Well, that's the best for Norway so far tonight. Kiki Alexander. Kiki Alexandra was second in the NORAM slalom standings to Liv Moritz of the USA. Again, Kiki, at 24 years of age, a relative newcomer to the Audi FIS Ski World Cup Tour, tonight represents her 15th World Cup start. Saint-Germain lies at 14th for Canada. .54.32, watch that clock carefully. Kiki Alexander for Canada has missed the qualification time, skiing into 34th position. Janine Meitler for Switzerland wears 46. Another youngster searching for her first qualification and World Cup point score of the new season. New season, it's well underway, isn't it, really? Just before the New Year break, we'll be halfway through the tour. And Janine Meitler, again, Swiss B-team racer in her 10th World Cup start at just 21 years of age. She's missed the cut, 35th position. And the deepening ruts and bumps in the racetrack really making life difficult now for these later start numbers. 47 is at Selina Egghoff. Selina, another racer looking for her first second run qualification, another skier with only 10 World Cup starts against her name. He drops low and late. Well, good recovery skills, but it's not going to be quick enough to qualify for that second leg. Now the target time and cutoff is at 54.32, 55.33. Sadly for Selina, no qualification into the second round. Dorian Escan. See Dorian racing the slalom here. Many people have her down as a giant slalom specialist these days. Important race for Dorian, not only skiing in front of the French crowd, but 75th World Cup start today. But she's in all kinds of trouble. Skillful skiing to keep the challenge flowing, but she's not going to qualify, sadly. Tough test. What looked pretty standard and basic from the early runners is now looking very demanding, difficult. Leonie Reich of Austria from Pichtal. The daughter of Karina Reich, not related to Benny. Benny Reich, the double Olympic champion, of course, whose wife, Marley Schild. Now Marley's Reich won here 3 times, 2010, 2011 and in 2013. Still holds that record. Schifrin wins tonight. She'll go 2 wins here. Now Leonie Reich, if she can get to 54.32, there will be a huge... Yes, she's there! 30th position. Well skied, Leonie. 20 years of age in only her 5th World Cup start. I hope she holds on to that 30th position. Big breakthrough for the Austrian racer, if so. Andorra, Carla Mijares. Another youngster moving up from the second tier, the B Tour of the Europa Cup, into the World Cup. 9th World Cup start for the 23-year-old here today. Oh, and there's a nice spin. A full 360. Just checking that she's okay, unhurt. She's already living dangerously, skiing on the inside ski. She's right on the inside ski here. It's not going to grip and bite in the icy rut. It spins her around. Quite a nasty knee twist there. I hope she's okay. And it looks to be bad news on the DNF, good news with no injury. Emilia Mondinelli for Italy. Emilia's just 21 years of age. Relative rookie to the World Cup Tour, but perhaps the key part of Emilia's story is she scored points in the opening World Cup of the season in Levi, Finland. 27th position there. 4 World Cup points, but that was her first breakthrough at the top level on the Audi FIS Ski World Cup. Watch that quali time carefully. 54.15. Oh, very close, but not close enough for Emilia Mondinelli. Unfortunately for the young Italian, no second run qualification. Selina Haller. Another skier with only 6 World Cup starts against her name. Yet to qualify in a World Cup race. She's struggling here, Selina. That lack of experience showing. These are good closing turns, though. You can see why the Italian team have put Haller in. Only a 6th World Cup start. Very nervous in the opening sections, understandably so. But now she's showing her skiing skills. 54.15 has already gone by. More experience on the tour needed for Haller, but a brave performance nonetheless. Here's another one of the young rising stars from the Italian team, Giorgia Colomb. She's from a favourite resort of mine, just up the valley from Courchevel, La Tuile. She's the 2025 World Junior Giant Slalom champion. And she has a PB in World Cup Slalom of 16th. She scored that last season in Killington, Vermont, from a start number of 59. This lady knows how to come from the back of the pack and chase down a quad. Oh, but Colomb's in trouble here. And another DNF. Well, brave skiing from Giorgia Colomb, pushing as much as she dare to try and make that cut off. But there she's on the inside ski, not arcing, bending the ski in the rut. Oh, that's a shame. She was very close to hitting that top 30 quali. Natalia Falk of Austria. Where's 54? Natalia was the World Junior Championship Slalom bronze medalist in Tarvisio of last season. Doesn't she ski like Katharina Liensberger? Clearly that's her role model. She's got a good rhythm about this work. Pace is there as well. Watch the clock carefully here. 30th or thereabouts, 54.15. Come on, Natalia Falk. She dives for the line, and she's there. It's not impossible. It can be done. And Natalia Falk, excuse me, goes into 23rd position. Marjolaine Ollier for the French team. Only a second World Cup start here today. Plenty of support from the local fans and the marshals from the local ski school on the side of the track. This is good, 2.92. Could this be the breakthrough for Ollier? Oh, now she just gets them sideways. Good dynamic pace about her work. Nothing wrong with this at all. 22 years of age in only her second World Cup start. Watch the clock, watch the line. Oh! Marjolaine Ollier of France. That was a courageous ski. A name to follow for the future. Kira Dirks for the Netherlands. Now the Dutch racer. Took an impressive 26th position in the World Championships. Highlight of last season in Saalbach-Hinterglemm. 25th there, nothing wrong with that. 14th World Cup start. Most likely Holland's top slalom racer heading into the Winter Olympic Games next February. Now let's take a replay of this crash here. She's late. She's trying to make the gate. She's on the inside ski. Now it takes quite a heavy hit. She's clearly in some pain here. Is it a twist to the knee? Marshals are there immediately. Medical help as well. Now, there's a skier on course that has carried on. That needs to be a race hold or a marshal yellow flag there. Zita Tot wears 57. Is it Zita in the closeout here? Our apologies for losing the on-screen graphics. If you're tuning in to see Zita, she's finished in 43rd position with a time of 55.55 seconds. But Kira Dirks for the Netherlands. I think she's just a little dazed, possibly concussed after that heavy hit. Well, now the race is on hold. Zita Tot in full flow, just skiing right past the injury. But Kira, after some consolement, looks to be not too badly injured. 58 is Kim van Rooijsel. Tough now for these late numbers. Piste condition, the very icy rut, not only forcing the racers to take a slightly lower, longer and later line, and it's also very hard underfoot as well. This is tough, and of course this is why your FIS points, your world ranking, becomes such an important part of the calculation. They determine your start number. And Kim van Rooijsel for Belgium, 46th position. It's good to see the British racer, Vicky Palla, out on course. Went through the Austrian system as a youngster through the Saalfelden Gymnasium out of Zellamzee. And then started racing for Team GB. I think she's about 15, 16 years of age. Now working with the Ambition Ski Academy. Very successful ski academy for British racers, headed up by Mark Telling, of course. And Palla yet to finish. Now, she was fourth in the NORAM slalom standings last season, just behind Liv Moritz, Kiki Alexander, Elizabeth Bocock. She's yet to qualify for the second run. She's taking it close tonight. Come on, Vicky Palla. And she misses out, 44th position, 6.07. Sadly, no second run qualification for the British racer. Rosa Pohjolainen. Quite impressed to see this lady score World Cup points in the opening slalom of the season in front of her home crowd in Levi, Finland, of course. And then she had the downhill skis on as well. In St. Moritz, she was 51st and 43rd in the double downhill last Friday and Saturday, and was 48th in the Super G. But she's DNF tonight. Oh, Rosa, that's a shame. DNF for the 22-year-old fearless Finn, Rosa Pohjolainen. Amelie Klopfenstein for Switzerland. 5th World Cup start for the 23-year-old. Really chasing and sending it here. Good aggressive racing. Fearless. Can she make the top 30? Oh, she hits that one, takes a gate to the face at the same time. And that puts pay to Klopfenstein's. It's a shame. There you see how the bump throws the pressure off that outside turning ski, drops a lower late in the line. There's no recovery from there. Go back to the young Italians, Giulia Valeriani. 5th World Cup start for this 21-year-old Italian racer. Brutal conditions out there right now. But again, no shortage of commitment here. This 21-year-old really trying to find some kind of rhythm and tempo with these very difficult ruts. You really need to get that ski into the rut, work with the rut, don't fight against it. Oh, and that's the bump that took out the racer before she holds on. Good skiing here. And this lady's not going to qualify for the second run, but Julia Valeriani caught my eye, and I'm sure she has of the coaches as well. That's a gutsy performance. 44th position, 5.85. She never stopped fighting all the way down. Another skier to watch carefully with bib 63 is Thea Louise Sternend. Now, here's a Norwegian racer at 29 years of age that's been qualifying from the back of the pack in great style. Let me take you back to Copper Mountain, Colorado, USA. A couple of weeks ago, she started with bib number 55 and finished in 14th position. Lovely, independent footwork, edge to edge. All she needs to do is qualify for that second run with a much smoother race piece condition. Coming up later tonight, if she can make the top 30, oh, it's going to be so close for one of the real characters of the Women's Tour. This is Taylor Stenison of Norway. She throws it away 5 turns from home. What a shame. 3 top 10 results in giant slalom, finding form in slalom, but it's a DNF in Courchevel for Stenison. This is Katarina Sinigoy for Slovenia, another early DNF. And the 22-year-old in only her second World Cup start. Somewhat of a baptism of fire, isn't it, this one? It's been a long time since we've seen conditions as tough as this on the ladies slalom tour. Anja Oplotnik, another young Slovenian at just 23 years of age in her 6th World Cup start. Needs to show us that she can work with the rut. Just holds on. But so much of the early speed scrubbed off from Anja. If I take you back to the very first World Cup race here in Courchevel, Slovenia were on the podium with the great Tina Madse. She was 3rd to Tanja Putiainen of Finland. Marley Shield won the first of her 3 races here. Sophie Mahon, penultimate racer here for Australia, 24 years of age. 3rd World Cup start. Oh, Mahon, Sophie has battled bravely here to make the finish line in very difficult conditions. 49th position. Sadly for Sophie, no second run qualification. And the last skier on course for Macedonia is Jana Atnasovska. Now, Atnasovska, second World Cup start here, just 19 years of age. Preparing for the Winter Olympic Games, clearly. And a brave performance from Atanasovska, I think is the correct pronunciation of Jana's surname. Unfortunately, unable to qualify for the second run in what has proven to be a very tough challenge here in Courchevel. Once again, Michaela Schifrin is at the top of the table with a commanding lead over Cami Rast, Lena Dua, Emma Eicher Anna Sven Larsson and Kati Trupe tying for 5th. For the later start numbers, difficult race piece, deep ruts, and a tough piste condition, making it very difficult to make the top 30 cutoff. But Schifrin, as we said, right at the start of this competition, looking to go 4 from 4. And if she can ski the second leg the way she skied the first, her unbeaten record will surely stay intact. Ana Bukic Jogan for Slovenia is the last of the top 30 qualifiers, and she will start the second leg. One or two of the youngsters breaking through. Good to see Asa Ando of Japan again, looking to earn points, as is Estelle Alphon. The top 3 in replay, and these are the 3 that are looking to stop Schifrin maintain this unbeaten track record, to stop Schifrin running away with the slalom title. Of course, Michaela has won the crystal in World Cup slalom 8 times before. And Camille Rast, Lena Dürr, or any of the other top 10 racers stop Michaela Schifrin. Now, the one thing that's potentially going against Schifrin is that if the piece cuts and ruts on the second run, like it did on the first, then Michaela will need to bring some exceptional skiing skills. But right now, the first race, or the first run of the 2, took her time to find the rhythm and pace, but after the first 6, 7 turns, it was business as usual. Flying through the gates, arcing those atomics, and finding a beautiful rhythm and flow to her work and performance, and is comfortably at the top of the table with the second leg live here on FIS TV, of course, at 8:45 Central European time. Let's take a look in real time at Schifrin's first run performance here. For me, I thought she was a little surprised to generate so much speed in those opening turns. She's at full flexion and extension coming off the first pitch here and thrown into the air. Those were the only 2 turns that were not perfect, I think it's fair to say. She makes the recovery, she regains the racing line in the next 3 to 4 turns, and it's as if she tells herself, I've made a little mistake, so I need to go faster. These turns on the closeout are just brilliant. A massive, or a beautiful balance between aggression but also skillful skiing and footwork. Schifrin now has the rhythm and tempo perfectly in the closeout. Wow. She's 0.83 of a second ahead of her closest rival, Camille Rast, with Lena Dürr of Germany 1.16 seconds behind. It's Schifrin's race to lose once again. And on that second run, she really will take some stopping. The only thing going against her is the snow condition. It's been rough and tough here in Courchevel for the first run. Will it get the better of Michaela on the second? So be sure to join us later this evening. Top 30 going in reverse order. Slovenia will get the action underway. The Stiefel American team will close it out with Schifrin right at the end of the top 30 qualifiers. On behalf of the FIS TV team and myself, Nick Fellows, until 8:45 later tonight, many thanks for your company. It's goodbye for now.
réponse au meilleur club, c'est dans un instant.
Allez, on va demander aux jeunes de venir là, pour cette remise du tournoi Courchevel. Donc, on joue à Courchevel, Courchevel, c'était les jeunes de Courchevel. La plage va arriver. Grâce-Suisse, c'était tout un qui vont arriver aussi. Merci pour vos rapprocher. Merci aux spectateurs de dire qu'on va rapprocher le club. On va rencontrer le club. Courchevel, vous avez la gauche, j'ai vu. J'avais pas de gauche. J'avais pas de gauche. La plage, ils sont là. C'est où la plage? C'est où? Vous avez une